All right, so tonight's song is a song called Just Like Abraham. Um, for 7 years, I put away my guitar from, turns out God revealed to me that it was a symbol of rejection, which is why I couldn't touch it anymore, look at it, pull out the case. But yet, for 7 years of dryness, I'd come up with an idea for a song and I'd just throw it away because I just didn't care. There was no reason to play. And so after 7 years of dryness, through a series of situations, God led me and my wife to the church that we're currently a part of. And in my recommitment, I took part in a 21-day fast for the first time ever. Obviously, I grew up in a church that the word fast meant not slow. So we never really did any fasting for that matter. But one of the things I committed to do was to do a fast and see what God had to tell me or for me. And day 3, I'll never forget it. There was a pastor that gave the message for the prayer meeting that evening. He's no longer with us, but he had talked about Abraham and what it meant to be a friend of God, and detailed, and he was on fire with it in his spirit. Detailed what it was to be a friend of God, to trust that no matter which direction he went, God was going to provide for him. And I needed that because I was still very lost and looking for direction. And it ministered to me a lot. And so I got home and I went to sleep, and I woke up about 2:30 in the morning with the jitters so bad, like I would drink a couple gallons of coffee. And so I got out of bed. I was frustrated, and I walked in the kitchen, and suddenly this peace went over me. And I just knew that God had woken me up for something. And so I was like a spoiled little kid, I'm like, well, what do you want? I was tired, and that was no excuse, but God's he's pretty understanding. And so I looked at my guitar, and I just knew that he wanted me to pull it out. And I didn't want to, because years later he revealed to me it was a symbol of rejection. And I couldn't stand to look at it because it reminded me I was rejected by Nashville. I was rejected by people in power. But ultimately I was kept from that by him for a specific purpose. And so I grabbed the guitar and I sat at the table, and I was like, what do you want me to write about? Right when I said it, this like huge billboard sign made of lights popped into my head, kind of, and it said Abraham, real big. And then it popped out, and it popped back in friend, and then it popped back out, and then it popped in a picture of Pastor Brad's sons, who's no longer with us. And I started, I was kind of freaked out. Of course, obvious, this has never happened in my life, so I'm kind of chewing on this and chewing on the message. And as I'm meditating on the message, I look down, and this song is written. And I really don't remember writing it, but it was there. And so I know some of you may be listening to this and saying, oh, phooey. But that's cool. It's cool, because I was an oh, phooey kind of guy too back in the day. Since then, I've seen way too many things that God's done in my life to say oh, phooey. So, but this song is called Like Abraham. So I hope you like it. King of holy light, judge of wrong and right, beside me day and night, your love never ends. Before your throne I make my stand, just like Abraham. I pray one day I can be called your friend. Keeper of the promise, never one more tried and true. There can only be a better me when I put my faith in you. I can only go the distance when my Savior takes my hand. I pray for the strength Never one more tried and true. You can only be a better me when I put my faith in you. I can only go the distance when my Savior takes my hand. I pray for the strength to be your friend, just like Abraham. I can only go the distance when my Savior takes my hand. I pray at the end I'm named as your friend, just like Abraham. I pray at the end I'm named as your friend, just like Abraham. Just like Abraham. Hope you like it. Have a good night.